Things have been relatively quiet as of late for Hogwarts Legacy news, but that all changed this afternoon with an exclusive new report from Insider Gaming. Tom Henderson confirms that a Hogwarts Legacy Definitive Edition is real, and not only that, the new content will be sold separately as a dedicated DLC. Henderson reports it will include 10 to 15 hours of new content in the form of a new story quest, side activities, and more. We got a lot to talk about, guys. Quite a few details here in the article we need to cover, but I just have to say, I kept telling you all it was possible. Everyone kept saying I was wrong and that it wouldn't happen, but I'm just gonna say, when I had a chance to go hands-on with Legacy back before its release at a preview event, courtesy of WB Games, let's just say I got a pretty strong impression that a DLC would happen at some point. All of this also fits nicely with the rumor from Bloomberg's Jason Schreier back in June of this year. Schreier reported that a number of Rocksteady devs had been moved off Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League to instead help out with a Hogwarts Legacy Director's Cut. Now, Director's Cut, Definitive Edition, take your pick here on the name choice, but the fact that we now have this rumor from two very reliable sources in the gaming industry, I think we could just about take it to the bank that more Hogwarts Legacy is on the way, and it's on the way in the form of an updated addition to the first game. This new report from Henderson contains quite a bit more detail, however, compared to the previous from Bloomberg. Not only are we getting a new version of the game, Henderson says the additional content will likely be sold separately as a DLC add-on to those who currently own the game. This, of course, is fantastic news to the more than 24 million players who have bought Hogwarts Legacy since its launch back in February of 2023. Even more than a year and a half later, Legacy remains in the top 10 best-selling games throughout 2024 here in the US, coming in at number 10. The Definitive Edition is expected to have around 10 to 15 hours of new content, including a new story quest, new side quests, new activities, and outfits. Now, as great as that sounds, I'm really hoping it's more than just a single new story quest. Hey, we can dream, right? I mean, it's been over a year and a half since the release of the first game, and by the time this comes out, it could be well over 2 years. So hopefully there's more than just one single story quest. Speaking of release date though, Henderson reports that both the date and price are still up in the air. He's hearing from some of his sources that it could be released in 2025 to help improve the bottom line at WB after disappointing sales of Suicide Squad. Now, if we are in fact on track for a 2025 release, which again, it's all speculation at this point, but if that is the case, you would think we'll be hearing something about this very soon. We're already in October now. Most of the big games for 2024 are already announced. We know exactly when they're releasing. So if this is actually going to release in early 2025, then we've got to be hearing about it pretty soon. Who knows? Maybe another gameplay showcase is in the works. Earlier this year, we had another report from IGN saying that WB is looking to license out their biggest franchises to other gaming studios, meaning we could see even more Potter and Wizarding World games, but made by studios outside of those owned by WB Discovery. There was even a report from the Financial Times that WB is once again looking at a sell-off of some of their gaming studios, which is a rumor we just keep hearing time and time again. And I suppose we'll keep hearing that until their financials are in a better spot, because frankly, it's been quite a rocky year for them. Here on this channel, we've been keeping a close eye on Hogwarts Legacy developer Avalanche Software, as they've been actively hiring throughout most of 2024. Those hires strongly suggest Avalanche is hard at work on more Hogwarts Legacy, but we've been unclear whether this was for a full-fledged sequel or the rumored Definitive Edition. Gunnar Wiedenfels, the Warner Bros. Discovery CFO, also spoke at a conference this year. There, he made headlines as he came pretty darn close to outright confirming a Hogwarts Legacy sequel. Quote, obviously, a successor to Hogwarts Legacy is one of the biggest priorities in a couple of years down the road, close quote. So with the assistance of Rocksteady and all of the new hiring at Avalanche, it's possible they've been working on both a short-term project, which would be the Hogwarts Legacy Definitive Edition, as well as a long-term project, Hogwarts Legacy 2. Now, even though we've had a lot of reports and rumors, we also have official news from Hogwarts Legacy as well this year. They released a free summer update as a thank you to fans. Here, the headline feature was a new photo mode, but of course, it left plenty wanting more. It's also worth noting that Hogwarts Legacy's community manager Chandler Wood hinted that more was to come. He even outright stated that the team was looking into the possibility of adding a new Game Plus mode to Legacy. There's also the mystery of the Hogwarts Legacy documentary, which was announced at Back to Hogwarts Day 2023. Then, it was never heard from again. The trailer remains on Hogwarts Legacy's official YouTube channel and even in the X bio for Chandler Wood. Perhaps they've decided to instead include this with the launch of the Definitive Edition. Go ahead and comment below with the top 3 things you'd like to see in the Hogwarts Legacy DLC. For me, my number 1 pick would be an Azkaban DLC, where our character learns the Patronus Charm. In the current game, only those from Hufflepuff get to see Azkaban and the Dementors. It's just a very brief look, but I'd love to see this area and the Dementor character models get used for more than just this tiny little piece in the original game. Perhaps it could pick up where the first game ends, with us investigating what happened to everyone's favorite Slytherin bad boy from Hogwarts Legacy. And yeah, I guess I kinda cheated by doing a little 2-for-1 there and also asking for the Patronus Charm. But come on, if you're gonna do an Azkaban DLC, then obviously we have to learn how to use the Patronus charm. The combat and spellcasting in Hogwarts Legacy was undoubtedly one of its standout features. And to be fair, they did include a lot of fan-favorite spells, but the biggest one that was missing, I think, has to be Expecto Patronum. Of course, then that brings on a whole new set of challenges, because what form is the Patronus gonna take? You know what, those folks at Avalanche though, they're smart. I think they could figure it out. Let's make it happen. Second, how about companions who can actually tag along with us on our missions? It's pretty clear this was meant to be included in the original game, but was likely cut due to time constraints. I'm not sure if they could squeeze something like this into a DLC. Perhaps this is more something that would be included in the sequel. But even if they could just include it for these new DLC missions, I think it would be a highlight for a lot of fans. And as much as I'd love to see a full-on morality system added as well, I just can't see that happening for a DLC. That seems far too big and something that would be much more likely in Hogwarts Legacy 2. So thirdly, I would say I want to see more minigames and side activities, which Henderson's report appears to confirm that this is happening. I always thought it was strange that the Crosswands Dueling Club just ends in Hogwarts Legacy. Same for the Summoner's Court minigame. And then you can't go back and replay them. You can't even do the exact ones you already completed. I think just making both of those permanent would be a very welcome addition. But definitely don't stop there. What about Wizard's Chess or something like the Potions minigame from the old Half-Blood Prince game? And while we're at it, you know what? Go ahead and throw in that New Game Plus mode as well. Now, the big one that everyone's going to be asking about is undoubtedly Quidditch. Will it be included in this? I suppose there's a small chance we could see some type of a Quidditch minigame in Legacy, but I really don't think it would come anywhere close to the experience like what we already have in Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, which, if you missed it, just released earlier this year. If you haven't given that one a shot yet, then check out my full review over on the right side of your screen now. It's actually way better than I was expecting, and I've really enjoyed my time with it. Big thanks to all of our channel members, especially our Tier 3 Phoenix members, Nerdy Dude, The Flash, Martin, and Dylan. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.